Why didn't it go that way?
Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Okay, that's right. We are talking about the NFL draft this past weekend. And if you have your UDFAs and you want to talk about them, you can too. But this is mostly a draft class review. And I'm going to hand it over to one Mr. Will Vogel, whose team had a pretty decent draft. They got an A- draft grade overall.
Yeah, so I'm going to go talk about these guys, why I like each of these guys. Thank you, JB. First, we got offensive tackle Monroe Freeling. He can develop under veteran tackle Taylor Moton if need be. He was probably one of my favorite guys coming out besides Fanu and Lomu and the other Samoans. But I love Monroe Freeling. He's got great height and great build to him. The next guy we got was defensive tackle Lee Hunter. He will help provide alongside Derek Brown. He will help support Derek Brown because Derek Brown needs help on the defensive tackle on the other side of it. Then we drafted wide receiver Chris Brazzell II. He's 6'4", but he has a 6'8" wingspan, and he could be a deep threat and a red zone target for Bryce Young because of that 6'8" wingspan, and he is really good at getting contested balls. After that, we drafted cornerback Will Lee II. What I've read about him is he has a fearless attitude, and he's able to mirror receivers, and he's able to close throwing windows, and I love that with the corner. After that, we got center Sam Hecht. He offers position flexibility, so he can play all over the O-line, which is really good. I'm going to go back to Monroe Freeling real quick. I forgot to mention one thing. He will most likely take the job away from Ika Mekwonu, who is coming back from a foot injury, and I expect Monroe Freeling to be that fill-in spot. After Sam Hecht, we got safety Zaki Wheatley. What I've been reading about him is he loves to close space in a hurry, and he changes how offenses have to think pre-snap. I love that. That's great. That's
Yoli.
That's what you want in a defensive player. Yoli.
Hey, Yoli.
I don't have the music right now because I'm not using a sound card. I actually bought me what is known as the Studio Cast mic.
That's so cool.
Oh, that's a bit flash, but I
can't help the lights that are in it. That's the way
I
it
have
came.
opinions, but we'll let Will finish his draft talk before.
And then before I get to my UDFAs, or I'll just wait for that, we got a linebacker, Jackson Kuwach. He is fast.
Ooh, you need to be careful how you say that name, Will. Ooh.
Jackson Kuwach.
Kuwach. I'm just thinking if you're half drunk saying that, you might get into trouble. I'm just saying.
No.
He's a linebacker. He's fast and aggressive, and he's never out of control. He is a natural for angles, leverage, and timing. So overall, I loved our draft class. I thought It was a B plus draft. There's some A's in there, but overall, I'm very impressed. We are definitely building the O line around Bryce Young for sure. JB, if you want me to touch on the UDFAs, let me know.
Go ahead if you want. I mean, might as well. We got time. Nobody else is
Yes.
here.
So we've got quarterback Haynes King from Georgia Tech. I've seen him play on TV before. He's okay. Then we got defensive tackle Aaron Hall from Duke. We got defensive back Jalen Goldbrew, Texas. Cornerback, and don't get confused with the wide receiver, Devontae Smith from Notre Dame. Then we got edge Isaiah Smith from SMU, Southern Methodist University. Then we got Malik Miga from Coastal Carolina. Then we got cornerback Cam Miller from Rutgers. Then we got wide receiver Kobe Prentice from Baylor. And lastly, we have offensive lineman Isaiah Glass from Vanderbilt. Thank you, JB.
You just get it?
No, I meant thank you for letting me go.
Oh, okay. Megan, let's get into your Seattle Seahawks, who had a decent draft overall. I gave it a B plus.
Yeah, now this information I'm giving you guys, I haven't had a chance to look at our updated UDFA list because I was up for 72 hours straight.
I can look that up for you, Megan. Let me do that. I have a laptop on me.
Thank you, Will. So I'm very much catching up on sleep at the moment. So, of course, being the Super Bowl champions, I expected us to trade up from 32. I was surprised that we stayed and took Jadarian Price from the Fighting Irish. I did not see this coming, but listening to John Schneider speak, I kept reminding myself that the scouts and the GMs know more than we do. And the more I look at Price, which I have briefly, the more I like him. And I think he is going to fit in. Bud Clark with pick 64 again was a surprise, but I loved this pick. This and Bo Stevens at 148 were probably my two picks of the draft. Bud is exactly what we need at safety, and yeah, a solid pick there. Julian Neal, again, I wasn't enthused at the time, but again, loving what I see from him. Bo Stevens, again, was one that I'm surprised he got a B. I would have said B plus, maybe. But then again, he's what you need for a guard, basically. And then Henderson, again, I don't hate it. I think he's what we need to back up JSN quite successfully. Now, I will admit, round 7, I had been up for 3 days, so I have no idea. I actually fell asleep between Devin Easton and Michael Dansby. I fell asleep and did not wake up for hours. Again, don't hate it. Easton and Dansby are your typical late round picks. Now, the UDFAs I've got as of 2 days ago were Lance Mason.
Yep.
Devon
Deal.
Deal, sorry, I can't read my handwriting. Well, you would understand if you could see it. Uso Samalo and Michael Briscoe. So tight end, linebacker, defensive tackle, and another wide receiver. I don't hate that we are going for wide receivers. I think we need to back up JSN. God forbid anything happens to him. And I have two pieces of news. So we've invited Flynn Claypool as a fullback, not a defensive lineman, to our mini camp for the rookies. We released Cam Akers, which did not surprise me, and we traded for Harrison Bryant. So that's where the Seahawks are. So on day one, I had a B grade. Day two, A minus. Day three, B. Overall, solid B. Didn't love it, but we didn't Rams or 49ers. So it could have been worse. I still am devastated, but understanding why we missed out on Pregnon and Dunker. I would have loved those picks, of course, as you know. But given that we had 4 picks and ended up with what we did with trade backs, everyone, according to John Schneider, we were trying to trade back in a couple of places, but no one wanted to trade, and that makes perfect sense because who wants to make a Super Bowl winning team better? So that's where we are. Solid B. Don't still sort of coming to terms with it, but don't hate it. So
So I got actually 3 more UDFAs real quick for you. You
okay.
also got Northwestern edge Aiden Hubbard. You got wide receiver from Kansas Levi Wentz. And don't get confused with the former Detroit Lion name here. Oklahoma defensive end Marvin Jones Jr.
I saw Jones Jr. and wondered.
Sorry,
Okay,
JD,
so
It might be a son. Who knows?
Oh God, let me look.
As I said, that's where I was I think that was Tuesday, because I just haven't had a chance to look. So thank you, Will.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's where I am. As I said, I don't hate it. I think we could have tightened up a little more, but we covered our needs. And as I said, 4 picks to those picks, you're not going to hate it.
Wait a minute. Let me look if it's actually his son.
So yeah, JB, that's where we are. And thank you, Michael. Yeah, sleep. The draft is the one time of the year I'm very glad I have severe insomnia and can sit up for 3 days straight. Yeah, Michael, a lot of pundits on NFL.com say the price will start. I don't see it. Maybe try him in preseason is what I'm thinking, and see how he goes. I don't think he'll be dropped into a week 1 game. Who do we have week 1? I can't remember. Possibly, but I don't see it. I think he'll be maybe running the preseason, which is sort of what Mike McDonald is intimating if you listen to what he says. But again, I don't hate the price pick. I just really wanted Pregnon and Dunker. I just really did. But yeah, we're not the Rams and we're not the 49ers. That's all I'm saying.
I don't believe it is his son. Nope.
Yeah. So there you go, JB. Okay. That's the Seahawks.
So I'm going to be different. Normally I would sit here and just rave about the Lions and talk about everything else. But we have a few people who have not shown up. So I'm going to take their place talking about their drafts. Number 1 being, the forehead. The best forehead in podcasting.
We're missing the
Buffalo Bills.
We're missing the advertising space, JB. That's what's missing.
I know. But they had a lot of draft capital because they traded with the Texans, giving up 26 for 28, 69, and 167. Then they traded with the Patriots, getting 31 and 125. Then they traded with the Titans from 31 to 35 to get a future third. And then they traded with the Broncos to get the 62nd pick overall. Then they dealt with the Lions. They got 181, and we got 144 and a pick later on. And then with the Bears, they traded away 239. They got 239 and 241 from them. So they had a decent draft for where they were. If you look, it looks about a B plus A minus grade. TJ Parker in the second round was a good pick. David
that was a
Igneson
great.
at 62 as a corner out of Ohio State, right where he was graded. That's why he got a B plus. Jude Bowery was the one that I didn't know much about, but when I looked him up, it was a good fit for Buffalo. I missed the forehead. I was looking for the Montana and Wyoming size young brother space sigh. But Skylar Bell out of Connecticut, he was a decent pick where he was at because he was supposed to be a third rounder. Caleb Alarms-Orr went in the fourth round, right where I said he would. The pick that pisses me off was Jalen Kilgore. We made the trade to get the 168.
And they sniped you.
They sniped the guy we wanted, but
we
actually got an A minus grade for Kendrick Law that we picked the pick after, so that's not that bad. Zane Durant, he went right where he was supposed to, fifth round. Toriano Pride Jr. for me, I can't give it a B minus. I give it a D because the guy was supposed to be undrafted. He fell all the way to the 350th prospect, but prior to the draft. And I understand, and it's because he's a 5'8" corner, even though he's fast as hell. He's a 5'8" corner. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think I had a C minus on Pride. Yeah, for that exact reason.
Tommy Doman, the punter out of Florida, because their punter retired. I get it. Amaj Reed Adams, he is what he is. He's a 7th round pick. They picked him where he was supposed to be. So that's why they got a C plus. You're going to get a B minus C plus if you pick somebody where they're supposed to be. That's what's going to happen. I just don't understand that B minus that averaged out from everybody else. It didn't make sense to me. Yeah. But that was the Bills draft. Now we're going to go on to another team because Jordan's not here to talk about his Patriots, who had a decent draft with their 5 picks. Gabe Akis, Caleb Lomu in the first round got an A. They got an A plus for Akis. They got an A minus for Raritan, a B plus for Boston. I don't give it an A plus final grade. I give it a B plus.
B minus for me, but yeah, the A plus. That's like the Niners getting an A minus in our division.
We occasionally have Ralph Williams or Adam or Big Rich, and they are all Steelers fans who had a hell of a haul. Max Ahedekor in the first round, great pick. I like this kid, even though Yinzer doesn't. Yinzer, if you're out there, pipe up in the chat. Drew Allard and Jeremy Bernard, he was the most targeted and had the most receptions for Alabama and not a lot of drops. Great pick in the second round. Drew Allard, depth. He is not going to compete with Will Howard for the starting job. Dalen Everett, nice 6'2" corner out of Georgia. Great in there, ball defender, can play zone and man. Jennings Dunker.
No, don't talk to me about it.
Went Seriously. To the third round at 96 to Iowa. Well, if you wouldn't have made that trade, you'd have had the pick to possibly get him. But
that's what pisses me off.
But the bad part is you'd have had 98, not 96.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That trade pissed me off.
So if you would have had the 98th pick, you'd have been even more pissed off because he'd have went 2 picks before you.
Yeah, exactly.
Then they got the guy, you got to be careful on how you say his name. It's Caden Wetjen. Wetjen was Michael Edwards' ex-girlfriend in high school. But anyway.
Let's not say we did. Let us not say we did.
But he's a wide receiver out of Iowa that has punt return abilities. Yaya Black, the defensive tackle out of Iowa. I don't know much about him, but I know that he was supposed to be a day 3 pick, so good for them. Gabriel Rubio, the defensive end from Notre Dame. I like how you say SJB. Just about every draft is a CC minus grade until the weed is harvested and the goods hit the market. Seriously, every grade is speculation until they perform. You are right. Yeah, I say that every team should get an automatic C or C minus.
I agree.
Until proven otherwise. Yep.
Because you don't know if anybody's a bust until year 3. Wet Jen, my 10th grade girlfriend's nickname, good girl. She is now a trainer for an airline in Taiwan, I heard. But
Really?
I think the best pick of this draft that they got was the guy in the 7th round, Robert Spears Jennings, the safety out of
Yes.
Oklahoma. Fast as hell. He is a ball hawking center fielder of a safety.
Yes.
He doesn't hit good because he's not that big of a safety, but he can play the ball and take it to the house. And then Eli Heidenreich, the running back / tight end out of Navy. Congrats to him on getting picked.
Are you surprised Heidenreich fell as far as he did?
We were looking at it. Because he didn't run as fast as everybody predicted he would. He ran in the 4.5s, which isn't fast or slow. It's average speed in the NFL.
Yeah.
But he's the size of a tight end, played wide receiver and running back.
Right.
I know he's somebody that could possibly be their fullback going forward.
Yes. I know that there was talk in a couple of mocks that I did with others that Heidenreich was a possibility for us, but I don't know.
You needed more picks. You only had 4 picks. You ended up with 5.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and you did well. You did well with them. That's the way I look at it. Now we're gonna.
They still have to fulfill their service duties, still, right? As Navy or Army.
They can defer the service, in which if they're drafted, they usually allow them to defer it till after at least their rookie contract.
Oh, okay.
But yes, they have to serve 2 years after graduating from West Point, Annapolis, wherever they graduate from for their colleges.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
But that went into effect back in 2020 again, if I remember right.
Yes, because the last guy I could think of, who's that Army dude? Andre Carter.
Yeah, the one that we had on our practice squad who did nothing last year, but he did that. So guess what? This was his 4th year. Guess where he's going? Back to the Army to serve as a recruiter for 2 years, traveling across the nation, because that's all they have to do. They can either do that or they don't have to go into battle. They're an officer.
They don't have to go into service as long as they fulfill something for their
West Point. Interesting draft. Blew it in the 1st round. Steelers laid a big egg. I give the Steelers a C grade. I love the Max Ahinacor pick.
Max Ahinacor's a stud.
He's much better than you think. I wrote a draft profile about him. I will send it to you, Ralph. I like the pick. I give it overall a B grade. I think you guys had a great draft. I love the Robert Spears Jennings pick.
I love the Ahinacore pick.
Ahinacore in the 1st round. I said he was going to be a late 1st, early 2nd. I think he was one of the better right tackles this draft.
100%.
Monroe Fielding was the best tackle at right this draft because Mawagawa is dealing with a back issue.
Oh, that's right. He is too. Yeah. Good point. No, I think that was such a good pick for the 1st round.
I did. I loved it.
I loved it.
I think he was only behind Monroe Fielding and Blake Miller. Oh yeah. With the new coaching staff, it's always a wait and see phase. But again, I think every team should be just given a C to C minus. And the 3 teams I give a C minus to overall in the 1st round.
So
San Francisco, the Rams, and the Cardinals for being so stupid to take Jeremiah Love when they needed offensive line help.
What about
you should have had You should have heard us scream in because we had our what we call the syndicate, the Hawks syndicate. You should have heard us all scream and curse when they took Love, and even our cards guy on the round table said, "I love it, but it doesn't make sense there."
So it's time for me to be nice to my rivals because I know they watch us. We got the Vikings
JB,
fans out there.
sorry, can I ask one
There's
quick?
that for them. Wait, for them, there's the Vikings. And then you got the Packers fans.
Of
Yeah.
course.
And then of course you got the Bears fans.
The Bears. Can I ask one quick question? With the C or
Sure.
C minus grades you give JB, is that room to move, or is that just a straight out everyone gets that?
I think everyone should get that right off the rip because you really can't judge if somebody is a bust or not until year 3 of their career.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Yeah, Dunker. I am very annoyed that the Steelers got Dunker Ralph, but I'm going to be polite and say, well done.
Oh, great pick where you got him. And if she'd have had her 3rd round pick that she traded away, she still wouldn't have got Dunker. So great pick.
Oh no! We would have made sure. Judge Snyder almost said with it. How do you say it without saying it? That he would have moved up and grabbed Dunker with both hands. So I'm just saying.
So now we get to go to the NFC North, and we'll start with the first one I said, and that was the Vikings. And this is another one of those C minus picks in the first round. Caleb Banks, recovering from Liz Frank's surgery, might not be able to even start the season for the Minnesota Vikings. To pick him was a travesty. Then they turn around and make up for it by getting Jake Galday. Then Dominique Orange, they got Big Citrus in the 3rd round. We all talked about how good he was. Yep. Then Caleb Tiernan out of Northwestern. Solid pick at the end of the 3rd round. Marcus Moore, the cornerback out of TCU, is a little on the slow side. I think he's going to struggle with covering some of these wide receivers in the NFC North, a la Christian Watson, Jamison Williams, Luther Burden Jr. Tyler Williams, the wide receiver out of Georgia, nice route runner, has had some drop issues, but he's not bad. Better at returning. David Davis, edge out of LSU. Who? And Christopher Jones, running back out of Utah. They should have went Mawagawa or the best guard in the draft, Vega Ione, there in the top 5. I'm sorry, at 3, that's what the Cardinals should have did.
You should have, would have, could have.
Now let's move on to the Packers, who ended up with 6 picks instead of 8 this draft, but they didn't have a first round because their first round pick was from the year before for Micah Parsons. But they got Brandon Sissy.
Okay.
Chris McClellan, the DT out of Missouri. The guy's solid. Good place to pick him. Danny Dennis Sutton at 120 is actually right where you should have been picked. Jager Burton, the center guard out of Kentucky. They need help in the interior offensive line. I can't hate on it. Damani Jackson, he's not a horrible corner. He's just not the guy I would have picked. I'd have picked another one better earlier. I actually might have tried to see if Dennis Sutton would have fell to 153 and taken one of the corners up at 120. And then they traded up both of their 7th round picks to move into the 6th to get a kicker by the name of Trey Smack.
We discussed this, JB. You know how I feel on that name. That should be a linebacker.
Linebacker, safety, running back, somebody who hit somebody. Somebody who hit somebody.
Exactly.
They smacked them.
Well,
and then
no.
The Vikings draft is as exciting as the retirement home offering the inmates Jello
really?
as dessert over the usual cherry. Yes, it is new, but it's nothing to get excited about. I'll tell you what. I was actually impressed with every pick but Caleb Banks. I think the president of football operations did a good job acting as interim GM for the draft. I'm not trying to knock on it. There's just a couple of guys I know nothing about. So I'm not going to say they're horrible. I'm not going to say they're good. Yeah. I'm not going to say they're great. they're TBD, to be determined.
You could, Michael. You could, Michael, and I'd smack you straight back. Just saying.
And then of course, last year's NFC North champions, the Bears.
No, the Teddies.
I think they had a great draft overall. I give it an A minus. Based off of everything that I see here. Dylan Thieneman, he was by far the best safety in this
Logan
draft, other than
Jones.
Caleb Downs. But Caleb Downs has that degenerative knee issue, so I still think Dylan Thieneman was the better safety this draft. Then they got Logan Jones in the second round at 57,
How
the
did
best
he?
center in NCAA football. Then Sam Roush, then Malik Muhammad. He was considered one of the best corners this draft. How he fell to the fourth round, I have no clue.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. How did Muhammad go fourth?
The Keyshawn Elliott pick was solid. And last but not least, Jordan Vanderberg in the sixth round.
Hey, JB, what's it called? What did the Bears have, like 12 tight ends now?
Oh God, 11.
That's not healthy.
But that is your NFC North teams. Other than wait, I'm missing one. What team did I forget? Does anybody know?
Oh, you're asking the best team in the NFC North.
Who?
The Detroit Lions draft class. In the first round, we took offensive tackle Blake Miller out of Clemson. Then in the second round, we traded up to 44 because we found out that the Ravens head coach, Jesse Minter, former defensive coordinator of one Seattle Seahawks, was going to select more at 45. So we didn't want to let him slide. And we jumped up to 44 and sniped him. And I think that's why we got sniped on Jalen Kilgore. It was
I was going to say, I was going to say, karma. You snipe us, we snipe you.
And then in the fourth round, we got Jimmy Rolder, and we traded up in the fourth round. We took our first pick in the fifth round of Keith Abney II, who actually was considered a second rounder at one point during the draft process. The fact he fell there, that was a great pick. Then we traded up with the Bills, and we tried to make something happen. We wanted Kilgore. They sniped him from us. Oh, well. But we traded up, and we got this guy, Kendrick Law, and I had to look him up to be impressed. The guy's a returner. The guy's a slot receiver. He's the replacement, literally, for Khalif Raymond. He's the same height, same weight, just as fast, does really good in the punt and kick returns. As a matter of fact, he had 4 touchdowns, 2 in each category last year in the NCAA. So, and with Greg Dortch approaching 30, and we signed him to a 1-year deal, he doesn't really even have to get on the field. If he gets 20 targets this year, we'll be lucky.
Do you think Leaf signs with someone else?
Leaf already did. He's a Bear.
Oh, gross.
And then in the 6th round, and yes, he is a beast when it comes to run blocking. He does very well blocking for the running backs. But in the 6th round, we took Skylar Gilhoward, who's coming off an ankle injury, but he didn't have a lot of injuries in college. So I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. It cut his years short. But the guy is... These guys are the replacements right now on the roster for Josh Pascal and also Levi Onwuzurike, because in the 7th round we took Tyree West. And they are both that 6'3", 293-pound defensive tackles that can play inside and out. Yeah, I will give you the rundown on the Patriots again, just because Boston Paul is here. I gave it overall a B+. This AI gave it an A+, but Gabe Akis in the 2nd round was great. Your best pick to me was Caleb Lomu in the 4th. Getting him where you got him. Great pick. You traded up to, I think it was 28 with the Bills to get him from 31. And then you got Gabe Akis, and you got Eli Raridan, Denzel Boston, and Karan Prunty.
What'd you call me?
I called you
Yeah.
cunty. But anyway.
And that's
Damn right. Damn right, Jamie.
and,
Damn
and that
right.
is, and Will, that is far nicer than what I would have called you. So take the lick, take
Yep.
the hit, son.
No, I always do. I love it.
Hey, arch nemesis Motown Mitch. What up, JB? Don't count out Levi so quick. If healthy, he could arguably be the best D lineman not named Hutchinson. Yeah, I'm not counting him out. I'm just saying he's the eventual replacement for him. That's why we drafted them where we did. There wasn't a lot of guys we wanted there, except there was one I really wanted and we did not take. I would have much rather had the defensive tackle out of the IPP program that I've raved about for weeks from Nigeria. You are
Oh,
Bernard.
yes.
You are
Yes.
Bernard.
But he ended up getting drafted by the Eagles at 251.
They got a heck of a guy.
I'm so happy. If there's one player in this draft I'm thrilled for, it's him. Sucks he's got to go to the Eagles, but
Him and the guy from the Steelers guy from the Navy.
Yeah, Eli Raridan. Yep.
I love
But-
his service.
And now I have the list of our wonderful Detroit Lions UDFA class. So far, it shows 11 on here, but 2 of the people are on there twice. If you actually look, you can actually tell which ones they are.
gotta love it. Gotta love it.
What do you mean? He has a twin brother.
Rotations are good, and we needed you. You are. I really, really thought the Lions were in on them in the 6th. I did. Me too. Because we took a while to take that 6th round pick. And when it came up Skylar Gill Howard, I was like, okay, I'll look him up. And he's not horrible. He's just not who I wanted. And I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
But we signed quarterback out of Illinois at 6'1 3/4 and 215 pounds, Luke Altmaier. We signed the Miles Ketzelman, the tight end out of Tennessee. Melvin Priesty, a rangy guard that can also play tackle for out of Illinois. I know you're going for Diego. You know what I think about Diego? I think he was the undrafted version of Johnny Manziel. I think he went exactly where he was supposed to, not in the draft.
Oh, okay. Tell us how you really feel.
And then Deshaun Rucker out of the cornerback out of South Florida. He's 6'1", but what's great about him is he runs a 4.38 40.
Dang.
And then we got Amaris Brown, a cornerback / safety out of UNLV. Aiden Kinena, defensive tackle out of California. He's a little on the bigger side. He's more of a true DT2. Anthony Lucas, a guy that I talked about that I wanted us to take in day 3. We actually got him in the UDFAs. He signed with us, the edge out of USC, 6'5", 256 pounds. He's only 9 pounds lighter than Hutchinson was coming out of college. And then Eric O'Neill, the edge out of Rutgers, who's more of an outside linebacker. He's a replacement Sam or Will for anybody. Like, hey, I hear you, Motown Mitch. I'm there too. A 4.38 2-yard dash. That's about right.
I could do about a half-yard dash in that time. I'm not running unless something's on fire or there's chocolate nearby.
And then I got interested because we don't normally take guys out of the HBCU a lot. And the last one we did was James Houston, the guy that shadowed himself. HBCU teams. Historically black colleges and universities.
Oh, of course. Sorry, JB. Yes, of course.
And I'm trying not to use that word because it's awful, but they're still called HBCU because of it. Like Grambling State. And,
right.
We took Eric Hunter, a 6'2", 240-pound linebacker out of Morgan State. He led all of the HBCU teams in that conference in tackles. He's a rangy sideline to sideline defender. He ran a 4.42. Oh, I know he has a high football IQ. I love that about Altmaier. And he's just athletic enough to get out of trouble. Yeah, he's not similar to Goff that way. He's not going to run away from anybody, but when you need that gritty 2 or 3 yards and the pocket breaks down, he can get it.
Yep.
And that pretty much summarizes the draft for every team and for my usual guests that are here. We normally have Kitty Ken, or Ken the Bear Fam, or Mike Johnson.
Or
I
forehead,
figured
don't forget.
And yeah, I know, but I'm talking about for the NFC North teams because we do
Oh,
go
my
into the
mistake.
huddle sports.
Yeah, sorry, my mistake.
I'm hoping we bring in Freddie McGee the third, the guy that stood outside. Hey, Will Vogues, you got somebody coming in saying hi. It's Snoyle.
Right, I think he jumped out for a minute.
But that HBCU conference, if you took their top players every year, you could mold a team out of them. I swear they would be in the mix for playoffs every year. They don't get enough love. Will Vogel's in the background right now. I don't know if he went off camera to jerk the gherkin or what, but
as long as he's not jerking up, never mind. Well,
on the camera, we're good.
I don't know what's
I'll
happening under the. I don't know what's happening under the desk, brother. I don't want to know what's happening under the desk.
So that is the recap of every team of every guest here. The Bills, the Patriots, the Steelers. I covered them all because they weren't here to do it themselves, and that's because
they're lazy bastards.
It need to be.
There's chicken nuggets here.
Chicken nugget. He goes, I like it. Will at least channel Brysock while you're off camera. Who did it? I know Ephesians Brysock got drafted, but man, what a great draft it was overall. They set a record. They surpassed Detroit in attendance.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
I did see that the Seahawks, I can't remember what pick, had an Australian 12 read the pick. I was tagged. It's like, one of your countrymen are here, and I'm like, yeah, it's not me. I don't want to know. But yes, there was an Australian in the audience there, at least.
Oh yeah. So, Megan, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, in the usual places, keeping out of trouble for the most part on the Hawk's Nest. We have been looking at the draft. I'm so over the draft, I haven't been back to the Hawk's Nest for a few days. But yeah, over on the Hawk's Nest with Brandon, we're on the head mod. Brandon Kane is his name, and we have a great community there. Always welcome. JB's been in a few times. We'd love to have more fans from all over the league. Sorry, JB.
Yep. Well, you had somebody pop in from your channel, I believe. SN Oil?
And
yeah. I didn't
well,
share it out. I don't know who that is.
Okay. Sorry, JB. Also, I'm on the NFC West Roundtable as mod on Tuesday nights at 9:30. We'd love again.
Well, they said specifically, "What's up, bro?" to you. So that's
cool. They called you out, Will. So, but yep, that's where you can find me on all socials, and of course here. Where else am I going to be on a Thursday my time except talking it up with JB and the team? So that's me.
And then of course, Will, talk about your channel.
WVogs18. I do comic books because I like them and they're fun. But I'm here on Wednesdays and Fridays with JB, and occasionally during the week on one of his daytime shows.
Yep.
So if it was me, I would go C+ to C-. Let's say C+. C+ for the really good. What's up, Minute? What's up there, Jamez? Good to see you.
Huh?
Oh, this is Burgess.
Oh, is
It's
it
James
really?
Burgess. Yeah, long time no see, brother.
What? Did he change his name on us? What?
Oh, his
Uh,
nickname, the
yeah.
YouTube name change.
Oh, what
Good
up,
to see you, James
Burgess?
Burgess. I haven't seen you in the chat forever. I'm glad you're around still. Thank God. As soon as you said about Brandon's getting his tire fixed at reasonable
I thought
prices
he
with
was
quality
talking about
service.
my brain. I thought he was talking about my Brandon, and I'm like, I didn't know he did that.
No, he's talking about Brandon's in Flint.
Okay,
Where
that
the
makes sense.
water.
Holy
Oh
shit.
shit! I don't have the reverb.
Let's
Where the
do Davy
water's
Boy.
shit, but the
But the
tires are
tires
good.
are good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just saw the name and thought, hang on, I just mentioned him on the Hawks Nest. I didn't know it. Yeah, whatever.
What's up?
Yes, well, I'm subscribed to you because
Yeah.
you subscribed to me, so fair's fair.
Indeed. Or
William,
appreciate it.
dearest, do you have to tell me about your granny panty background? Or is
Okay.
Michael
You get it. You have to not go off camera, get up and show her your chair, and then we'll understand. She'll
Go off
understand.
camera or don't get off
No,
camera?
don't go off camera. Just get out of your
on
chair.
camera.
He said
Oh,
that looks like granny panties
God.
falling down.
Good God, that looks like, okay, don't ask me how I know this, but that looks like my mother's underwear. What the hell are you doing? I've only had to wash her underwear once, and I am scarred for life. Well, please, if you stand up, go off camera. Okay, please.
My top 5 drafts this year, and you can hate me all you want. Cleveland had one of the best drafts this year that I've seen.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, Michael, really?
Yeah. And then I think both New York teams had a great draft.
Yep.
The Chiefs had a good draft.
Reasonable. I wouldn't say it was good, but I wouldn't say it was bad.
No, it was a really good draft. And last but not least, it wasn't the Cardinals.
Oh, fuck.
That's for damn sure.
Wasn't the Rams? Tell me it wasn't the Rams.
No, it wasn't the Rams. No. They're in my C- range. As a matter of fact, somebody posted up, if you could give a division the participation award for just being at the draft. Yeah, the Packers had a great draft.
Yeah, Packers did.
I think a lot of teams had a great draft.
So who are you giving the
Raiders. Raiders was the last one.
Raiders, yeah, agreed. Who are you giving the participation certificate to?
The entire NFC West division, because you guys all had reaches.
You could blame the Rams for that and the Cardinals mainly, Megan.
Where did we reach? Okay, Price maybe, but where else?
Yeah, I understand. But you're talking about the most important round to get right. That's what hurts. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Because when your first round picks are wrong.
Yeah, but okay. Can I defend the Seahawks for one moment quickly?
No, go ahead. I mean, it was a position of need, but
yeah, it was a position of need. But we tried, according to John Schneider, we tried 3 times to move up. And as I said, no one wanted to trade with or move up or down with us because who the hell wants to make a Super Bowl team better? So I will just say that. But fair. I see where you're going from.
Yep. I didn't put them in order of what I thought of that.
No. That was just.
And I'm not putting you at 32, is what I'm saying. For me, the Rams had one of the worst ones. I think the Vikings are down there in the bottom 5 in that C- range because that Caleb Banks pick blew my mind.
Head scratcher. Yeah.
They could have had Peter Woods or Big Citrus.
So okay, I'm gonna make you say it. Where's the Seahawks then? For you, I mean.
I think they're right about 26th or 27th right now, which is better than their team picked.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we only had the 4 picks till we started moving. So yeah, okay, fair. I'm not gonna yell at you for that. Yeah.
I just like giving my honest opinion, and
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
My C pluses go to those top 5 teams that I named, the 2 New York teams, the Raiders,
Yeah,
the Chiefs,
absolutely.
and
Don't-
Cleveland. I think those were the best drafts.
Chiefs, as I said, didn't hate
I'd
it,
have
didn't
them
love
at
it, but
5. I'd have
yeah,
them at
could
5.
see, could
They
see where you'd have them at
the
5 quite
worst of the
easily.
best. How's that? Is what they would be. They would be the worst
Yeah,
of the best.
that's reasonable. Yeah,
And
as I said, I don't.
32, 32, it's a toss up for me. You can have it 31A and 31B, Cardinals and
Yeah,
Rams.
I would have had the Rams at 32. A 31A, I would have had the Cards, and then B, the Niners myself. And I'm not hating on my division; they just sucked. I'm sorry. Yes.
No, you know what? If they would have waited, if you look at their draft picks, I have it all here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they had 1 pick in the middle of the 4th round. I don't think Drew Allard would have fell that far. Now, if you'd have reversed Drew Allard in the Jennings Dunker pick, I think it'd have been a perfect 3rd round for them. And that's just me. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. No, I think they had overall a solid draft. They needed a backup QB because it looks like Aaron Rodgers is going to smoke himself into oblivion.
If he hasn't already, let's be fair.
But I would rather take Drew Allard in the 3rd than Ty Simpson in the 1st. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, fair. Oh, I can't spell.
I have Pittsburgh probably in one of the top 10 drafts of this draft. I have us sitting in the middle.
Oh, there's Will.
Yep.
You didn't mute Will, by the way.
Yeah, you didn't mute. We could hear you groan. You need to make sure you wear that pry sock when you're doing that.
I was going to say, and be careful of the crack. And be careful of the crack in the granny pants on the sofa. Just saying.
What do they see in Ty Simpson? He doesn't have to start.
Right.
I'm still loving the Rams fans on the cope trying to sell everyone on that pick. It's
but I still think some of these UDFAs, we usually have 2 or 3 make the roster to our 53-man roster every year.
Makes it.
Yeah.
We have Teddy Bridgewater, and since they removed the emergency QB3, I think he might be one of the guys that we laughing my ass up, Bryce, in granny pants.
So many lines, Michael, not enough time.
I hear you, Boston Paul. But as always, it has been my pleasure to bring you my version of the draft review, the way I do it. I hope nobody gets offended, but I think the Lions and the Packers by far had the best draft in the NFC North. I think the Bears are 3rd. I think the Vikings had the worst. And part of that is they didn't have a GM. They had a president of football operations that's never done the job before doing the drafting with the coaches. And if you tell me that Brian Flores picked a guy that may not start until 6 to 7 weeks into the season,
yeah,
I'd slap him in his dome.
Yeah.
Yes, May 11th, the schedules get released. We are 12 days away from that.
Yep.
And then once we start getting closer, I think it's right around mid-June, I start our 8 weeks of the AFC and NFC division reviews, where I try to invite people from those ones. And we're going to start, as always, with the NFC and AFC East.
Okay. Look forward to that. Sorry, I'm just writing.
You know, the girls in Chicago wish they had more D2.
Yeah.
Are you talking?
Look at his comment. Look at the comment that Boston Paul said. There's one
I'm thinking vitamin D, but obviously Boston Paul's not thinking on those lines.
All right. I love your enthusiasm, Michael. So I have to preview something for you before we go off air because I got a few minutes before we hit the hour mark. This is the new Lions Fan Cave Chat song.
In the heart of the city, where the nights stay alive, lions roar in the chat. We're ready to thrive. Smoking Jeremy keeps it lit. Passion ignites. Keegan the villain knows the stakes are in sight. In the fan cave we rise, raising cups to the sky. Here in the lion's den, we're hungry for gold, for that Super Bowl glory. We'll never grow old. Raise your voice, let it echo. Under the floodlights in this fan cave, we're ready for fight. So bring on the season, we're ready to play. In the heart of the lions, we'll never fade away. In the heart of the city, where the nights stay alive, lions roar in the chat. We're ready to thrive. Smoking Jeremy keeps it lit. Passion ignites. Keegan the villain knows the stakes are in sight. In the fan cave we rise, raising cups to the sky. Here in the lion's den, we're hungry for gold, for that Super Bowl glory. We'll never grow old. Raise your voice, let it echo. Under the floodlights in this fan cave, we're ready for fight. So bring on the season, we're ready to play. In the heart of the lions, we'll never fade away. We'll never fade.
Only one problem with your statement there, Megan. The Seahawks can't win the Super Bowl if the Lions are in it because we're in the same conference.
Well,
Yes.
well,
The
okay.
Lions will be in the Super Bowl.
Lions make well. I hope you enjoyed watching the Super Bowl. Michael needs the price up. Jeremy, did you read that last comment?
Oh!
Can
we
you
got
pass
somebody
the price
popping in. Who do we got here? Is that the Detroit Down?
Yes, sir.
You're
So
late.
did you just hear that? Did you just hear that song come through?
I love that song.
I did not.
JB, played
Yeah.
JB. I was listening to half of it. I love it. Dumbass to hear it though.
Yeah. I put it in the chat. You can check it out. It's the new Lions fan cave chat song. I actually did one for it so we can do a theme just for the Lion.
JB, can I ask one favor of you, sir? That graphic you did with our grades, can you send that to me, please?
Absolutely.
There was something else that you were going to send me that you might have forgotten, whatever that was. I can't remember.
Dom just took off. Oh, well. We're
Good
getting ready to
see him.
close out. It was great to see Dom.
Always good to see him.
Yeah, but you guys used to dominate us all the time, and with Dan Campbell, it kind of changed. Oh, he's back. Yep, so let me send this to Miss Megan for her.
Thanks, man. Pats win Seahawks rematch Boston Pool in what century? Can I just asking? That's exactly, Michael. That's why I appreciate that he did that. And just and the Mockapalooza one we had last week. All of his graphics are brilliant. So, hot take: Packers finished third in division and missed playoffs.
Ooh, who said that?
Small.
I just emailed that to you, Megan.
Thanks, sir. Burgess said it. I don't know about that. finish third in the division?
I can see
The
it.
Packers?
Yeah, maybe. But
I
maybe.
don't see Minnesota in second. So who's taking second? The Bears? I think it's going to be Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings.
Hang on. Boston Paul. Vrabel will dominate the Seahawks-Pats rematch with or without Diana Rossini asking for a friend.
Actually, there's rumors that he's stepping down
He's
and they're
going to
going to
step
hire Mike
down. I was
Tomlin.
just about to say. He's going to step down.
Okay. I hadn't heard that because
I
he
just heard
missed
it
the
today.
third day of the draft in having some intervention, wasn't it?
So,
Vrabel?
Dom, I said that, we could say whatever we want about everybody's draft class, but they should be ranked from like C+ to C- to year 3. Do you agree with that statement?
He's in and out because he's driving, I think.
Yeah, I know. Are you still there, Dom?
Yes.
Do you agree with that statement that everybody should get C+ to C- until year 3?
Yeah, or incomplete.
Yes.
Unless they come out and start all 16, 17 games and they just look like absolute ass. Like, I don't care
Yeah,
what position
good
it
point.
is. You got to get at least 2 years and probably 3.
Yeah,
Fair enough, Boston Paul. Fair enough.
we thought it wasn't real, but it came out that it was, because why would she resign from the Athletic and
That's what I was thinking.
remove herself from TV, start her divorce proceedings with her current husband, and then now Vrabel is got to attend marriage counseling because his wife said either do it or we're divorcing, who has these children.
He already did for like 16 hours. And
Was that why he wasn't at the third day of the draft?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Flew to Salt Lake City and bought her some sweatpants, as an apology gift.
Oh, some Lululemon.
As long as it wasn't Will's granny pants, I'm good with whatever he gives in that pool.
But I think there were some really solid drafts. Like I said, my 5 C+, I gave it Raiders, both New York teams, Cleveland Browns, and the Chiefs.
Dallas had a good draft, I think.
Dallas is they're right where they were, right where they picked at 12. Or 13 or whatever it was. Yeah, 12, because that was where they got Caleb Downs. I think that's where they rank in this draft. I think it was the 12th best draft.
Yeah, I didn't hate.
I don't disagree that we were middle of the tier and that we're right in the middle. I think we had like somewhere between the 15th and 17th draft overall. With picking 17th, I'm okay with it.
We drafted for need twice
and I
in a
love
row.
it.
And
I love
that. Love it.
We did too, and I love it. I don't hate what the Cowboys did. Again, I wasn't enthused with it, but it made more sense to me, the Cowboys, than the Rams and Niners. I'll leave it at that.
Congratulations. The Pistons won a game versus the Magic and even the series.
No, it's 3-2.
Oh, is it 3-2?
Yeah.
Great.
But if you recall, in 2003, we were down 3-1 to the Magic in the first round, and Tracy McGrady was like, it's great to be in the second round. We could easily come back and win this series, but we're not. We have no Robin.
Yep. All right, JB, are we good?
Yep, wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. Tune in right here tomorrow where I will focus more on the Detroit Lions news, like the fact that we exercise Gibbs' fifth-year option, but yet declined the fifth-year option on Jack Campbell. Does that mean he's getting his extension this year and Gibbs won't get one at least till next year if he gets one?
Ooh, interesting.
It's something to think about, Dom, right?
Well, Campbell got drafted the year after, right?
No, same draft.
Okay,
Remember,
same
we
draft.
picked Gibbs at 12 and him at 18.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Well,
Oh,
the
Yinzer
thing I
comes
saw
in at the
earlier
last.
was the fifth year option on Campbell was $22 million, and no inside linebacker in the league makes that much money.
That's not true.
I would.
Didn't Fred
I don't
Warner
want to.
get?
I
Didn't
don't
Fred
want to
Warner?
resign
Yes.
Gibbs.
Yeah, I tell it Warner did. Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. And
Thanks,
again, try
JB.
every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way we make the world a better place. Starts right here. And we will see you next week on the Roundtable Talks, but I'll see you tomorrow on the Lions.
I am
Talk
going to
with
pop
Brooke and
into
Jeremy
that
B.
talk.
All
Talk
right.
soon, guys. Talk soon.
Turn it up, it's that time again. Jeremy B. Lyons, he's your best friend. Every weekday, Evan, you know the vibe. He's shouting one ride with that rocket drive. Rolling up the scene, light up that fire. Jeremy's in the booth, taking us higher. With a grin and a laugh, he's got the crowd in a blaze. Smoking out the haters in a rock star haze. The stories that inspire and riffs that will ignite. When one pride echoes, everything feels right. Jeremy B. lives every day at 11. Yelling one B ride like we're in rock heaven.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.